Well, I was going to wait for some people to actually start watching and viewing this, but the fact of the matter is it'll record and post. We'll make sure that it's posted to all of our channels. For some time now, I've been talking about our Patreon members and being a part of a thing called the Gatherings Contact, which is a Patreon exclusive thing, but we've had technical difficulties. Well, I got those technical difficulties resolved tonight. So we are actually going to begin with the Gatherings Contact. Now, if you are a Patreon member, that's the only way that you can watch this. Tiers start out as low as $3, but it's going to be every week. And we're looking at Monday or Tuesday. I've not talked to Stacy yet, but once I do, we'll confirm that. Let me check out our chat room. In order to watch the Gatherings Context, you got to be a Patreon member. Once you subscribe, you're going to have a personal message come through every week, and it's got a link on it. It'll say contact, click here. You click on that link, and thanks to Barry and Helen, we were able to confirm that it is working tonight the way it's supposed to. Nobody else will be able to see this but Patreon members. Now, what's going to happen is a lot of personal one-on-one attention. We're talking personal readings. We're talking conversations that nobody normally else would have any kind of idea that Stace and I have. And it has everything to do with the Mountain Mysteries, what we're planning on coming up with the next series of episodes, the documentaries, the gatherings, and everything else that we're doing, including social media work and all this other stuff. And what she's planning on doing, going out to these locations with a camera or cameras and actually filming some of what's going on, and then us getting together, like with the haunted doll tours and all this other stuff. But the big thing is going to be the personal one-on-one attention with personal readings. So as you can see, it's going to be a pretty cool thing if you can grab the gist of it. Now, what's going to happen is once you are a Patreon member, and like I said, you can do it for as little as $3 a month. Once you're a Patreon member, you're going to subscribe and you will get a personal message along, and it won't be just for that, but we also release videos. Barry can tell you that. Any of our Patreon people can tell you that we release videos that contain stuff that you don't see on the gatherings. But you will see us do the gatherings contact every week, barring sickness or something like that. Good Lord forbid. So that's coming. So we do have the personal or the technical issues worked out, I'd say. We've got all that stuff ready to go now, but you'll be getting a link to it on your Patreon account. It'll come right to you, and all you got to do is click on it, and you'll be there. You'll be able to watch it. It's a really cool thing. It's going to be pretty awesome, and we're going to show you videos before anybody else sees them, before we put them on YouTube, before we play them on the gatherings or anything else. You'll see all of this stuff, and it'll be everything from investigations that Stace has done to some of the things that we're working on for documentaries and a whole lot more. So I hope that you guys will check that out, become a Patreon member. And as a matter of fact, because I know that this will be, here we go. I know it's going to be posted back up here on Facebook, even though there's not a lot of people watching right now. That's okay, though. I'm going to post a link to become a Patreon member right here in the chat room, so it'll show up on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching this, okay? And we'll call that Patreon. And boom, there it is. Okay, so that's where you'll sign it. And you see it also just popped up right there on YouTube too. My biggest problem with going personal live or live personal on YouTube, in other words, not something that the whole world can see, was using this platform, because if I just use the webcam, then I can't get Stacy involved. And Stacy is the heart and soul of the gatherings. I'm the mouthpiece. She's the heart and soul. So we've got to be able to do this together. So I got it figured out, and I got it on. And apparently tonight, Barry and Helen said it was working like a charm. They got their links in their Patreon memberships. They clicked on it. And the first thing Barry popped up, he said, "I got you, bro." And Helen said, Hey, Chris, I'm here. And it worked. So we got all the tech issues resolved. And so I'm very, very fortunate about that. you'll have 3 tiers, or you can make a custom pledge if you want. But the 3 tiers are 3, 5, and $10. And everybody's going to get a certain amount of personalized time a month. And then, of course, it's going to be a lot of, like Barry and Helen and I were doing a few moments ago when we were doing the Patreon only thing. We were just talking about everything and nothing. And I want this to be all about our Patreon subscribers, people that say, hey, I need some help, or I'd love to hear from this person. Now, it's not a guarantee that we can, but we're going to put every bit of our effort into this one at a time kind of thing. And even if there's a whole group in there watching, which I expect there will be, then we will go through and do it that way too, whatever it takes. So anyways, guys, thanks so much. Thanks for watching. Hope that everybody has a safe and happy weekend.